Recording in progress.
ערב טוב משקיעים יקרים, אנחנו שוב נמצאים עם ברט ואנחנו עושים סרטון עבורכם. היום אנחנו רוצים לדבר איתכם בעצם על נכסים שיש איתם בעיות, איך אנחנו מתמודדים עם הבעיות ואיך אנחנו יכולים לסייע למשקיעים אחרים שיש להם נכסים לאו דווקא איתנו ושאנחנו נוכל לטפל בהם, במיוחד באזור קליבלנד, מסביב, בערים מסביב לקליבלנד ובכל הקאונטי בעצם. Good evening, Brad. Oh, good morning, your time. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Sagif?
I'm good. Tired as usual, but it's all good.
It's all good.
Yes. Brad, today I want to talk to you about our service. And I mean how we can help the investors if there is any issues, how we can assist them, how the system works, and how we can support or help to another investors that don't work with us, how we can help them.
Well, a lot of it has to do with resumes. So when you're looking at buying real estate, I've been doing this since 1985, an agent since 2000. We bought well over 1,000 plus properties. I bought 100 plus with you. So we've done it, a lot of it. And in order to keep properties profitable, you have to have four things. You've got to have a purchase agent, which is me. You've got to have rehab, which we have that in-house. You've got to have leasing, again, which is me. And then you've got to have property management, which is Avalon Group Realty. So we have all four of those in the house. You can have all four of those, though, and still be a failure. So the key is, how is all that run? And, I'll ask you, because you're a client, do we keep our construction on budget?
99.5%, yes, we do.
So we do keep everything on budget. We keep it on time, and we keep it. We get top rents, correct? And with the 99.5% success rate last year of massive profitable properties, I don't think it gets much better than that. So there's a lot of stuff that we do. So time is money, right? So the one thing I do also have to mention is that when you get into our system and we go through, our average tenant stays between 18 and 24 months, once they move out, what happens after that? Because I see a lot of people that lose interest, the property management I'm talking about. And, they sit there for 3 to 6 months. And that's time. That's a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Ours take 2 to 3 weeks and they're back on the market and usually rented. I'll tell a story about the one you had there in Bedford, Ohio, Sagiv. It was around Christmas. We had a bunch of people over. We had yours leased immediately. That was what, about a week and a half after the tenant moved out of there, correct? So we got that rented, and then during that time we had another one coming up in Bedford that a lady wanted that particular one, your property. Well, we just rented into the other one. So when it was done, we just moved her right in because she was already, her background and credit and all that had already been checked and verified. And that's something I should talk about too. We're very strict about who goes in these houses.
Correct. About the screening and the background check.
Yeah, we have maybe 2 to 3 evictions a year. And that's it. And the landlord-tenant laws in Ohio are great. So, if you do it right. So we save people a lot of money with construction too. Because if you're a wholesaler with a property management without a license, then you're probably not getting the commissions. So you have to mark up the wholesale. You got to mark up the construction. That gets into a lot of money. I deal with that all the time with clients who have, done that, and now I need to do something else to it, and they're like, well, we already put $30,000 in it. Well, unfortunately, it wasn't with us. So. One thing too is you get before and after pictures and video during the construction, so we keep you pretty well updated, don't we, Sagiv?
Correct.
What about your clients? What are they saying about our services?
Almost all of our clients happy with our service. They make money, and they moving forward with us for a long time. Only few sold their properties for some reasons.
And they make great money.
Yeah.
They make great money.
Otherwise they didn't buy more.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about our our investors and what issues we've faced with and how we handle it. For example, I know, you know what, I'll take it to another place. One of the investors came to us and said, hey, I have a property in East Lake and there is an issue with the property management over there. I want you to assist me and to help. You want to talk about this particular example, what happened?
Yeah, what happened is we went right over there. Lori goes out and actually meets with the tenants. She wants to know them. Yeah, so she goes out there and meets them and gets a new lease drawn up and everything. And that one was very smooth. We got the lady back up paying, and we have so many different ways to pay. We give them many different ways, so there's no excuse.
Right.
All that got lost in the mail, just that is not an excuse anymore in America. So, so if you're having a problem with a tenant, we can go in there and take care of it very quickly. I had one over there in Wickliffe that they had a property management issue. We had to actually evict that client. That particular, we tried to work it out, but he got another $250 a month for rent on top of what his old rent. So he was very happy, and we went in and did all the rehab and did all that. But again, that was during the Christmas time, and so we never ever stop renting. It's 60% of everybody in Cleveland rents. But the key is you've got to get the good ones. You got to do the background, the credit checks, and you see all the time. And correct me if I'm wrong, Sagiv, but you don't get calls from your clients about them not getting their monthly income, do you?
Almost zero.
So we want to make it a
because we're running a lot of investment now, but it's nothing.
Yeah, we really keep. It's got to be passive income. It's got to be real income. They've got to make it every month, or else it's not worth it. So I think a lot of people get in a situation where they don't get their money because everything looks great on paper. Right, you get all the numbers. Wow, this is great. But what kind of location are you in, and all that? It's really important, and who you put in there. I was just talking to an attorney today that was really talking about, wow, you guys don't have any issues at all, and that's the way we want to do that because it's very important with the investment for that to be the case.
I think transparency. That's the key. Transparency.
And as a licensed real estate agent, I do that. It's full disclosure. That's a big difference
100%.
with our company is that we don't go out and put a house under contract and mark it up. And, they truly get a good deal.
100%.
I was looking at the last one we did in Parma, that video I sent you. And, they're at 45% for the year with the equity. So they're making over $1,000 a month net after property management, taxes, and insurance. And a lot of investors don't understand why Cleveland is so cheap. And they got to be drive-by type areas or bad areas, and that's just not the case. We're in AB areas. People want to live there; they don't have to.
100%. We are not working in the cities that we don't like the people who live there. So.
And the other thing that we do too, and you brought, when we had a problem with the drain lines going to the street, we immediately attacked that and saved our investors last year about $60,000. That's real money.
Correct. It came from for a reason. But the first time it happened, we didn't have this home warranty, and then we needed to pay out of our pocket. And then immediately we sent an email to all of our investors. Please do water and sewer line home warranty.
Well, we had to go out and find it too, get it set up for them in order for them to be able to buy it.
So this is very important all the time to listen to the investors' issues or potential issues and try to avoid it in advance.
Right, and their time is worth a lot of money, so they don't need to be over there stressing out about stuff because we're taking care of it. Our clients don't stress.
Correct. Let's talk a few words about what kind of checklist that we do when we pick a tenant.
Yeah.
Because this is important.
Yeah, they fill out. They have to pay $41 for credit and background check. So we have that. Now, we don't go off the credit score so much. We look at if they got evictions, if they got utilities, if they're losing their car. Because if they're losing their car, what happens when you lose your car, Sagiv?
What happens if I lose what? My car?
Yeah, what happens?
What happened?
You don't go to work.
I'm
So
not gonna work. I'm calling for the insurance.
yeah, it's no work. So
Okay.
so we look for that, and then then we verify their income. We call their employer, and we also Lori does a lot of work,
Right.
and she also calls the previous landlord.
This is great.
All that is done, and we had like I think 2 or 3 evictions last year. That was about it.
That's extremely important. It's avoid a lot of problems with the tenants. I'm not saying that it's 100% safe, but we try to avoid these issues in advance, as we said.
It is 100% better than other systems. They just most property managers they think it's kind of a pain to release. They don't look at it as a profit center for them and their client, and it is. So we make it that, but we make it very affordable, and we make sure that the client's always first on everything that we do, and that's why we keep everything rented. I don't believe we have one house right now that isn't rented that we just finished,
Yes.
and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have another one that's finishing this week in Bedford that went to go empty a week and a half ago, and boom, it's done. So we'll get that one rented next week.
Yes. Well, people ask me when they want to step into an investment, how long is the process take? So I tell them, hey, to rent the property after we finish the renovation, it's approximately 4 weeks. I don't want to commit before that, but most of the time we do it within a week or 2, and we rent the property.
Correct.
So yes, we're good with this time frame.
Yeah, and then like heaters. Take heaters for example. Say somebody needs a new heater. If you go to any kind of heating HVAC person, and say you're trying to do this on your own, so you're going to call the HVAC and whatever the internet, Google. They're going to go out there and they're going to be a minimum of $4,000. That's the minimum,
Yes.
and we put them in for around $2,800 to $3,000.
Yes, I'm familiar
So
with
right there's 33% savings. Because we do so much business with these people, they give us a better deal.
That's again, it's extremely important to our investors, and they're familiar with it, and they appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's why we have a whole staff of people. We don't want to make a ton of money on one property. We want to make a little bit on a lot. So that's what we do. So we believe me, I don't drive a Rolls Royce, unfortunately. So for a guy of my caliber, for a guy that's done as many properties as I've done, I should live in about an 8,000 square foot house, but I don't because we don't charge the fees that regular people do. But you're getting the same service, and you're getting the best service available in Cleveland for sure, maybe the United States.
Right, I know that, and again, we as a partner appreciate that what you're doing for.
We appreciate you giving us the business too, so it goes both ways. We want to earn your business. We want to earn everything that we do. And on your side of the thing, you being part of with your clients, you also assist in making sure that this stuff is running smooth. We get smooth closings. You make sure the insurance, you make sure everything's done and all the details are done. So that's an added bonus. Even when they move out, you're involved with the process with that. So it's all works together with me and you, and it works flawlessly. And it's a template that we've created, and we just do the same thing over and over again.
Yes, absolutely. And it works.
Right.
Great. Brett, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. See
Have
you
a great
on the
day.
next video.
All right.